Jimmy Barron is in the house today, about to ride along here in Sleaze. Also, former UGA quarterback Aaron Murray. Coming up at 9:20 today, we'll talk SEC Championship. Right now, it's Sleaze, presented by McDonald's. Best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
You ever wondered what cast members make on Saturday Night Live?
Well, it can't be much.
I would take a guess. Can we guess?
Sure, let's guess, because Pete Davidson kind of spilled the beans.
Okay. Barnes, have you seen this?
I've already heard it, but it's just union work, and then if they're a bigger star, I guess a little bit more money.
That's where the money comes in. So you mean like for a whole season, Leslie?
Yeah. Well, an episode, too, yeah.
Episode.
I will say they make $25,000 a show.
Wow.
$25,000 a show? That makes kind of sense.
Does
Well,
it?
you know, he was on 8 seasons before he left, but he shared on New York Magazine's Instagram account, quote, "It's like $3,000 an episode, so I think I got dinner."
What?
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these other actors that were on the show are also speaking up, like Jason Sudeikis, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Sarah Silverman, James Austin Johnson, Sherry O'Terry, and more. This is really telling.
So this is what they bought with their first paycheck?
Yeah, with their very first SNL paycheck.
My biggest indulgence after my first SNL paycheck. Do you guys know what they pay us? It's like $3,000 an episode. I think I got dinner.
We bought the most uncomfortable West Elm couch. It's like made of bricks.
I bought a pair of shoes that were out of my budget. They were $75.
I bought a cashmere sweater. It was $300.
Mattress, a nice mattress.
A couch. I now remember a designer coming over and we were going to get rid of that couch. I said, "Oh no, not today, Satan. The couch is staying. You're going."
I went to like a Crate and Barrel and I got like a really big couch, and then I went to a Best Buy and I got a really big TV.
Going to Saks, buying a pair of Gucci shoes.
Probably getting an apartment. I mean, that's so boring, but that's the real thing.
I mean, you don't make enough money to make big purchases, so I think New York rent was probably the biggest purchase I made after writing my first year on SNL.
There's Sudeikis on the end. Leslie, your first big paycheck, whatever job it was, do you remember buying something significant?
No, I don't. But I want to ask you a question.
Do you?
With that salary, though, like, how are you even affording a New York City apartment that's like $4,500 a month?
Right. I mean, $3,000. You can't buy a West Elm couch for $3,000. Excuse me.
Insane.
I mean, that is very little money. That, I mean, people are saying, "Oh, there's a lot of." It's not. I wouldn't think that'd be a lot of money
in New York, like
for
Leslie
a whole
said.
week's worth of work in New York.
Barnes, what was your big purchase from your first paycheck?
Pretty sure it was like the biggest TV I could get in my car, probably. What about you?
I don't do that. I'm not like I made a lot of money. Let me go buy
No, but like
something.
I'm just saying, sometime in your life when you made a significant jump to something, there was nothing you were like,
I bought my first house.
Oh.
You bought a house.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I bought my first house.
I may have bought like a purse.
A purse?
Which probably cost as much as my first house.
But isn't it fun? Right. Isn't it funny, though, the different things that, you know, different people are going to think differently. Some people are going to go right to get, some fancy car.
Yeah.
Or you're a house, which is a little more, smart investment. I go right to a big screen. Some things never change.
I'm still surprised, though, on that paycheck for SNL.
I'm not really, because think about how big the cast is. They're on late night. It's a lot of glory, for sure. And they springboard into bigger things.
I still want to know how they're paying rent.
Yeah.
I mean, Lorne Michaels probably feels like, hey, if you're good, the money will come.
Yeah.
The big money will come. Look at, ask any David Spade or Dana Carvey, any of those guys, right?
Leslie, they probably have roommates, I would think, in New York.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
The flex walls. That's where I learned about flex walls.
Flight attendants.
The faux wall.
They'll put 8 people in a New York apartment.
Yes.
But was that current?
Yeah. That's talking about, he's reflecting back to his first paycheck, I think they were.
Right. So it's probably more now, but still, everything's more expensive now.
Saw this story in this interview with Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports revealing his estranged wife, because they're actually technically still married, has full access to all of his $150 million. And I love his quote, though, which is really cool. "We met when Barstool was nothing. So she rode the grind up with us. She was with me every step of the way. So in my mind, she's entitled to enjoy the fruits of it." And he says he trusts her implicitly. If she wanted to just be like, "I'm taking it all," and be gone, she could. Full access. And I guess, there's still obviously they respect each other and they're still friends. He said, we get along. It wasn't like we had a big blowout at the end of anything. The marriage just wasn't working.
Still.
But she has access, and she was with him from the beginning, so I think that's great that he said that.
No, you can ask me if you need something. I ain't trying to leave you on the cord.
I just read that he recently purchased like $120 million house in Nantucket. Ooh. He just made some enormous real estate purchase.
He's killing it.
I didn't know that he was even married before, but I go back and forth on whether I like him or not.
I like him. I think he's likable.
I like the pizza reviews. Love the pizza reviews. Do you see those, Barnes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Love the pizza reviews. Love Frank the Tank. I'm not crazy about the whole bro culture that our country is in right now, and he's kind of one of the ringleaders. But I certainly respect what he's built.
I've got to say, the gift that keeps on giving is Hugh Grant. In all these interviews, this is a story of how he discovered Nathan's hot dogs in New York City. So funny.
I was shooting a film with Sandra Bullock, and at lunchtime in Coney Island, they all said, "Oh, well, you must have a Nathan's hot dog." They're famous.
Yeah, they are.
Coney Island. So I went off and had a Nathan's hot dog, and it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. So I thought, I'll have another. So I had two, and I thought, crikey, now I've got started, I'll have a couple more. So I had 4 of these things, but what no one had explained to me is that there's some ingredient that has an effect on a digestive system, famously with these hot dogs. So I was, to put it delicately, very late back into the makeup tray. And when I got there, they said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Well, I'm not sure. My lunch, my Nathan's hot dogs really agreed with me." And it was a Brooklyn makeup girl, and she said, "What, did it blow your ass out?" I said, "Yes, it blew my ass out, yes."
Man, whoever unlocked surly Hugh Grant, God bless you.
It's the best.
Well, I will say I believe he is still the biggest of the moment get we ever had on the old show.
The day after he got in trouble.
Right. Remember, he got in trouble. He was arrested with a transvestite prostitute, and we just happened to have him booked for in person, right? What was the bar we were at?
No, it was on the phone.
Oh, was it on the phone?
Yeah, I found it, and it's very uncomfortable.
Maybe you're right. It was on the phone. We had him live. It was later.
Yeah.
But nobody could get him at the time. He just happened to be booked.
Unbelievable. That's your Celebrity Sleaze.